Let's use some advice that's firm and fair for everyday situations that's in relationships. But before we get into that, give me the three freebies: like, share, and subscribe. I'm your host for the Firm and Fair podcast, The Spencer Perspective, and we have work to do. Let's get to it. Link to this article in the low bar. Trying to set date immediately after matching, question mark. I often see advice, especially in the context of online dating, saying to get off the app as quickly as possible and to try to set up a date or other meeting within a handful of text exchanges. Maybe I'm missing something, or maybe I'm just strange, but I don't understand the logic. I cannot think of anything I'd like to do less than go on a date with someone I have no chemistry with and nothing to talk about. All right, let's get right to the crux of things, okay? So it all depends. So I'm not too sure if this is a man or a woman that's actually with this advice. But if this is for men, yes, get off the app as soon as possible. Now, here's how you have a very successful date. You take her to do something that you genuinely enjoy. If you genuinely enjoy it, by that very nature and by fact that we're vicarious as human beings, she should be able to enjoy herself as well too. That should lead to the conversation. Your only concern right now is having a good time. You need chemistry? What are you, 12? You need chemistry over text messages in order to get something going. Myself, I'm a quick. I'm definitely an advocate for someone that's like within two messages, you should be either showing intent. That's the reason why you go on a date. It shows intent. If you're a man, this shows intent if you want to take the woman immediately. If the woman's pushing you real hard to get off the app, I say be a little bit worried. But if it's a man that wants to actually connect with you and get off the app with you, as long as it seems safe, he's bringing you somewhere public, he's having a great enough conversation with you, or you feel safe enough about it, have that conversation. I'm not going to read this whole article because this is enough for me. Always try and set the date immediately after matching. You want to show intent. What if this is your person? See? You motherfuckers are shopping too much. That's what you're thinking. Oh, another option. Let me just put that there until it looks really appealing 5 weeks later when someone else is actually talking to them too. You have to take every single one of these connections and treat them like, hey, what if this person is the one? You're not treating it that way. You're treating it as though like, hey, I don't know much about them. I don't know much about myself. How am I going to have a good time with this conversation? You better know yourself before you start dating. No reason for you to be chatting for someone for weeks on end for it to fizzle out. That could have been the person who gave you the happiest times of your life. And when I say happy, I mean just being with them in general sense. We have to be fast about how we connect. Be purposeful, be intentional, and get off these apps. Whew. I'm happy. I don't do this anymore. Online dating is for the birds. Think of it this way. You know how in NBA there's like a first round draft pick, second round draft pick? If you're still doing online dating right now, let's call it what it is. This is the 1,250th round draft pick. There's not much to sift from. Everyone's sifting through the garbage looking for the treasure. You mean to tell me if you can't find someone good enough to connect with and get off these apps? Who we decide to spend our lives with, that's like 1/3 of the decisions you have to make in life. How you want to make money, your job, what kind of family you want to have, and then what type of person you want to be with. Those are the kind of decisions we have to make in life. Make your decision, make it impactful to both of you at the same time. You know, it all depends. It's case by case basis. Hopefully, this helps you set the pace. Be intentional. Grab what you want. Try and set the date immediately. Why not? Why would you take your time? Let's just say you're interviewing for a job. They say, yeah, man, you know what? We just introduced you via email, but we can't talk to you until we know more about you. So, just talk to us over the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then we'll interview you in 3 or 4 weeks. Does that make sense to you? All right, then. Stop being so picky. Find your life partner and get out of that hellish cycle. Hopefully, you're going to do better. I'm going to do better. We all will. This is the Firm and Fair Podcast, and I'm out.